Greetings, star seeds and light lurkers. Ava here, and today we have a question. Super simple, super great. I love it so much. The question is around sacred geometry and how do you bring sacred geometry into your everyday life? I love it. So I'm going to go ahead. Welcome if you're new here. I'm so glad to have you here. I'm a trance channel. I bring in the Pleiadians and a group called the Living Ma. And it's a very large collective that is here to help humanity through this time of transition and answer your questions, give you some guidance, let you have some fun along the way, because that's the Pleiadian style. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and go out and put you in touch with the Living Ma. Here we go. Greetings. We are DiYeena, another Pleiadian family. You see, we're here to bring the love. We love to say this, you see. And we have a simple question today, which we love so much around the geometrical patterning, you see, and the simplistic ways in which you can use it in your everyday life and what you can do with this. Well, first, we feel like a simple little joke, but we will refrain from the jokes, you see, for the time being, you see. But it is everywhere. It is everywhere. The sacred geometrical patterning is in everything, every living thing, you see. So it's like, you say, how do you incorporate it into your everyday life? Well, if you be around the humans, first of all, because if you were to unlayer your form and take off layer by layer, you would see that each layer of your being is consisting of sacred geometrical patterning. You see, form upon form upon form to create the density. You see, isn't that fascinating? You see, so you are contained with the sacred geometrical patterning all over your form. You see, it's in the frequency. Also, you see, we have this happening within the plant life, the nature. So you want to incorporate it into your everyday life. You go and you sit with the plants, you go outside, you be in the world, you see. All the animals, you see, the babies, the grown-ups, every living thing is formed through these patternings. And if you could see it through that lens, you would be so overwhelmed with beauty. It is so powerful. So the ways that you bring it in then is to get out of your little man-made boxes. You see, first of all, you see getting outside, conversing with each other, and really looking at everything through that lens. Say, wow, this is sacred geometry. And pretending for a moment that you could see it through that lens. And seeing if everything changes for you, seeing if things become more beautiful, seeing if things become more brilliant, you see, in their appearance, you see, simply by recognizing that what you are looking at, this flower that you're looking at, is sacred geometry. This your nephew is sacred geometry. Your husband, your wife, your partner, sacred geometry. You see, and so you begin to look through the lens of sacred geometry with every living thing that you encounter. This is the easiest way to incorporate it into your life. You see, if you're working in the boxes, you're living in the boxes, you're sleeping in the boxes, disconnected from the nature, disconnected from the life, disconnected from the sacred geometrical patterning, disconnected from the communication that comes through the sacred geometrical patterning. This is really the key point, you see. So you are literally enclosing yourself so that the communication that you are having then is with only the living things that are enclosed within the four walls of your home or your workplace or your car or the other man-made things that we like to put ourselves inside of. When we remove those things, all of a sudden your communication is then free to operate in its intended way, you see, which is to be in telepathy, to be in frequency and vibration alignment with everything in the cosmos, you see. So you are then allowing yourself to be in communication with everything above and below and around, you see, with all of it, you see. And so you begin to develop those relationships. And so you see, you have these people that are so good with the animals, that can touch the wild bears, or that can grab the fish by the hands, you see, or that are so that can have the rabbits and the animals, the squirrels, come right out and eat out of their palm, you see. Things like this. Well, how does this happen? You see, because their sacred geometrical patterning has become in resonance with the sacred geometrical patterning of that around it. That which it is surrounded with. And the telepathy, the vibration, the frequency that it's vibrating at, the person is vibrating at, matches that of the animals, you see. So they are not in fear. There's no frequency of fear because they are vibrating and resonating it in a like way, like manner. So there is an overlap in frequency and communication. You see, so you are beginning to be in tuned into the natural world around you, which is your world. It is your world. You see, so stop trying so hard to cut yourself off from it by spending so much of your time in the four walls. You see, and if you are in the four walls, what are you communicating with then? You see a lot of dead things, and then maybe a human here or there that coming and going, perhaps some of you I call the stay-at-home parent, right, where you get to stay at home and be in the four walls with another living thing called a child. You see, something like this. You see, but this is really our interactions with the natural world is very limited within these walls. So we really need to step outside the walls, step outside the world, live in the world, in the world. Be in your full frequency, be in your sacred geometrical patterning that is naturally connected to all when you are allowing it to, when you're not shutting yourself off from it. And then the other piece is if you are in the four walls, you see it is in the winter time or it is just raining out or something you need to be inside for a little bit. You see, bring as much of the sacred geometrical patterning into the four walls as you possibly can. Having lots of living plants, having picking the flowers from your yard. You see, bringing it into the field. You see, because what then happens is that you're surrounding yourself then with the information that is in your world and being reminded of it in the moments where you are cutting yourself off intentionally by going in the doors, you see. So this is really an important piece, you see. But the overarching message here is to always use your lens of perspective, to shift it to where you are aware that everything around you is sacred geometry, and to use it to see it through that lens. It's like seeing that there is a spark of the divine, spark of the love, spark of the God factor in everything, you see. Seeing it through that lens as well, you see. So you're seeing it through the lens of, wow, what a magnificent sacred geometrical patterning. You see, it could be a new pickup line, you see, something like this. We're kidding, of course, you see, but joking around, you see, you start to see people in this light, start to see people in their perfection of the patterning. And this is an easy way to begin to use it in your everyday life, is you're actually seeing it and being aware of it in its full glory in every ounce of your life. And then you begin to work with the pattern points, you see, by interacting with your world. And this is what we do all the day without even really realizing we are doing it. We are doing it all the time. You see, you are communicating back and forth. But what is happening is your sacred geometrical patterning, the points on those patterns, are matching and connecting telepathically to another point, you see, and another person. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, creating new patterns all the time of creation. This is another story for another day, but this is the general feel of it all. So this, I hope, gives you a little bit of guidance on how to bring sacred geometrical patterning into your life in a more consistent way, a more loving way, a more frequent way, so that you are becoming more aware of it. Because the more you're aware of it, the more you'll be able to use it in a more intentional way. You see, down the line, when you begin to work with it more and more and more, you begin to understand it more. You begin to work with it more and more. But begin by the simplicity of simply getting back to the roots of the blueprint, which is to be connected to that which was created here for all of us to enjoy together. Blessings to you all. We love you from the Pleiadians and the Living Ma. I trust that message was exactly what you needed to hear today. And if you liked it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, like it, share it with your friends. And if you have a question you would love answered by DiYeena, you can go ahead and pop it in the comments. You're also welcome to head over to our website, avaorah.com, and check it out there. And if you feel inspired, go ahead and we're taking clients right now for readings. So if you're feeling like you would love to connect with DiYeena personally, you can go check that out on the website as well. Hope you all are having a blessed day. I certainly am so grateful for all of you in this community, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time. Blessings.